I had a chance to talk briefly before this interview, and I asked you about the election. You said, "What election?" You don't really hold it in high regard, but do you have any predictions or thoughts about it?
Well, it would be insulting to call this mockery of a process an election, in the sense that you talk about elections in any democratic country. And as such, it has always been the regime fronting a pre-screened candidate and trying to play with people's heads and survive just a bit longer. But nobody is taking the system seriously or legitimately. What the people are really frustrated with is that when they cannot overcome this regime easily as a result of its severe repression, they don't see, on the other hand, any real support for change. They hear a lot of lip service. They hear a lot of claims about we support the Iranian people in, or we support the Iranian people that, coming from the mouth of an American president or some other world leader. But in reality, you continue negotiating with this regime and its representatives only, and there's no real dialogue or support for the real forces of the country that are democratic, that are peace-loving, and represent the great majority of the Iranian nation.
You know, when I look at you, you can see a little bit of your father in you. Obviously, there's a striking resemblance. You were a teenager when he fell from power. If there was a way to turn back the clock and go back in time and give him some advice, knowing what you know now, what might you have said to your dad about his leadership or his style, or do you think there's anything that could have been done to change history?
You know, should have, could have, would have. I don't think that way. I'm the kind of person who moves forward. I don't get stuck with what happened. I may want to analyze it. I may want to question to see why something happened the way it happened. But I'm not stuck in it. I think the objective should be, now what? Where are we now? Where do we want to go? It basically means foresight. When you look at the founding fathers that were the basis upon which America became the country that it is today, at the time, you could have imagined that, now that you think of it, you say, oh my God, they really thought it through. There was really a lot of anticipation, a lot of foresight. Well, again, this foresight should be the result of having learned from something. Old Europe and the lessons drawn from there led to all the ideology or philosophy that led to the Declaration of Independence, that led to the articles that formed this country. Now, each country may have its own sets of history and references, but it's always this objective of moving forward that should be key. Learn from the past and move forward. That, I think, is the most obvious lesson. And today, in this world of communication, you can reach millions of people instantaneously, as opposed to what it was 200 years ago or even 50 years ago in Iran.
Well, speaking of moving forward, unfortunately we have to. Prince Reza, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me on your program.
When we come back, The View from Tehran. That's coming up in just a few moments. Stay with us.